Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share a new little find that I came up with here at Walmart just a few days ago. This is called the Baby Butter Box, and what's inside is just kind of a mini take on all the different butter products. Bronzer, blush, highlight, eyeshadow duo, the same size of little spray and same scent that they've been including in all their like larger boxes and collections that you may have seen over time. And also a full size of the butter lipstick. This was, I think, between $13 and $15, and I do think that's a pretty good deal for what you're getting. And while the lipstick is a full size, it is important to know, though, the size reduction you're getting in all of these other products, because these are going to be 0.12 ounces each in all of these things, and your standard full size butter bronzer, that's going to be 0.38 ounces, so I believe that's less than half is what you're getting in here. But you know, we each need to personally think about how fast we go through product. Maybe we're not often using things up left and right and we just want to experience some basic products from this line, because the bronzer is just in the bronzer shade, just the standard one. The blush is in Natural Glow. This is one of the much softer blushes in the line. It's the Pearl Highlighter, and then your eyeshadow duo is going to be in Barefoot in Brazil and Sundown. It's like a golden color. That one is shimmery metallic and then a matte cream. And then the lip cream is in Bejos, I think is the name of that. So when I saw this little collection, some pros and cons immediately started going through my mind. First off, I like the mini aspect because I am one who is doing a lot of sampling, not necessarily a lot of using up real quick. So I liked the fact that they were smaller. And I also liked that instead of being kind of a bulky box, everything was removable, and you can see how big that is, and that really allows you to, if you're just latching onto one or two of these products, take them out, take them with you, pop them in a makeup bag, and it's not as bulky as some of their larger collections have been where they've combined all these steps. But here's the downside. I've searched the whole display for something deeper than this. I thought if they are making a bronzer this deep in the sculpting shade, which I love, why in this sampler set are they not churning out a deeper option? Because I know they've got gorgeous deeper blushes now, more vibrant blushes, and I really think it would have been great to have seen maybe a different highlight shade, different bronzer and blush in another kit. I don't know why they didn't do that, but maybe they're just trying to keep this ultra basic, but I do think that for deeper skin tones, this blush and bronzer may not have quite enough of a satisfying effect as some of their other products in their line would. For example, I'm not sure, is this still available, the Casey Holmes Butter Collection? I've got the lip color out of there, but hers had a lot of nice rich tones, and overall for color selection, the only critique I really had on this was that there was quite a bit of glitter in the highlight, but other than that I thought this was a really great shade selection. But again, the only con being you can't lift those products out. You're gonna have it in that kind of large box. But it is what it is. This is what they have put out, and I thought I would just pop it all on, show you how it looks on my skin, and you can see what you think for yourself. So what I already have on my skin right now is foundation. I tried a new foundation today. It's the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage in Sand Beige. I saw Jacqueline Levine talking about this, and she really liked it, compared it a lot to the Fenty foundation. So I've got that on, I've got some concealer, my brows are done, and my eye primer is on. So my face is ready to receive all this stuff. And I was playing with this butter bronzer yesterday, and it had been a while since I used this like original shade. And I remember thinking in the past about this, it's kind of like, I'm not sure if it's doing quite as much as I would want a bronzer to do for me. And then this, I don't know if they've like kind of softened up the formulation somewhat, but I just gently dab my brush in there. I feel like I'm picking up plenty of product, and then look, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm seeing it more on my skin than I guess I used to think I did. Don't get me wrong, it's very subtle, but it's more than I remember it being, and a little softer formula than I remember it being when this whole thing first got off the ground. But I can get like a little soft contour out of this shade. But again, if you're much deeper than me, it's not gonna do much. I just think it would have been so smart of them with this sampler set to let people sample some of their richer colors. I know I wanted to try more of their like vibrant blushes, you know, that they're doing now. But if you've got really fair skin, you may love this, just this original version of the bronzer. And it does have that classic scent. These are very scented products in the Butter collection, very tropical. There's kind of a sweet, fruity, coconutty, nutty sort of thing coming through on everything, and that's definitely echoed in the Butter Paradise scent that they include in all of these kits. So I'm now on like my third bottle of the Butter Paradise that they're giving. Here is the blush, and it's in the Natural Glow shade. This is one of the first shades, I believe, that they came out with when Butter blushes became available. And this again, it's got shimmer. It's going to be very soft looking on my cheeks, just to show you. I think you'll see it a little bit, but you know. The thing that kind of annoys me about it is that when I go to build it up on my skin, because this is a very shimmery blush, I don't feel like I'm necessarily building up and getting more peachy color. I'm getting more golden shimmer, and it can end up being a bit more than I'm really wanting. But that's what we're getting out of it. Very soft. It's going to be very natural. Next up for the highlight, this is in the shade Pearl, and I do think this is pretty. I like the fact that it does not seem to contain glitter or anything. It's just a nice, like really brightening white highlight. And you'll notice that the formula of the highlight is different from the blush and bronzer. It feels kind of creamy to the touch, like really creamy. Not a straight up powder formula like these other two. So just something to be aware of, and it might cause you to approach it a bit differently as you put brushes into it. I still use my regular highlighter brush with this product, and the glow is just super bright. I really like this. I kind of go over it, buff it in, make sure it's really working into my skin in a natural way. But I really enjoy the way that catches the light without seeming to have a bunch of filler. I just kind of work my brush in and wait until it looks like it's kind of evenly coated. And then just lay the product down from about the outer apple of the cheek up, and then just buff it in. Okay, pretty look there. Gave a little dew to the skin. I had a real like kind of matte foundation thing happening. So I'm really feeling good about the highlight. Now guys, we are going to move on to this little eyeshadow duo. And you've got a golden shade, and it's kind of a deep gold, like a dirty gold, and then a matte cream. And I'm just going to show you how these go on. I've already got my eye primer on. We're going to kind of approach it almost like maybe a bit of a one shadow look here, taking the gold and showing how that can kind of pop in the crease. I just got done, well, a couple weeks ago, I did a video talking about my Once palette and how you can use so many different shades as a one shadow look, because when you apply shimmers with fluffy brushes and really kind of buff them on as opposed to packing them on, they can take on a different look. So you can see the gold is looking just a little deeper, and not super dark or anything, but just a little deeper as it sits there in the crease area. And on top of that, it's not being packed on, it's being sort of buffed on. So this is my Sigma E25 brush that I'm using here. Okay, so a gentle crease color. Only so much is gonna happen with these two shades, y'all. I'm going to put a little bit of this matte shade, which I find to be nicely pigmented. It really does show. I'll let some of that kind of come around my inner corner here. And then we'll pick up some more of that gold, and you can see how that lays down. I like kind of a swiping motion. It shows off the metallic nature of the shade best. Pressing, short swipes, and you'll get the ultimate color payoff. Not that it's really hard, but that's just the strategy I like to use. So there's your gold lid, a little golden crease action too. There were several Butter shadows in the Casey palette, and of course I've already reviewed the larger Butter eyeshadow palettes. I'll link to everything Butter that I've done down below, so you can check those out. But there were some hit and miss qualities, I feel like, to the Butter eyeshadows in the larger palettes. Some went down really softly and easily like these are, and some were just a little harder to see their true color from. But these two, I think, are both performing great. I'm going to take this light color. You'll notice a little more like powder kicking up when you go into the matte shade, but it works fine as a little highlight here. You can even work that color as a little matte under eye setting powder if it suits your skin tone. So there is our eye look. I think I'm going to step away for a second, or I'll stay in the same spot. I'm just going to turn the camera off, go through my mascara real quickly, maybe put a little light liner in the lower inner rim to brighten things up, and then we'll pop on our lip product from this kit. All right, friends, I've got my mascara on there. I did my MAC Permia lash. Is that what it's called? Extended Play Perm-Me-Up. Yes, I've got that on the upper lashes and a little liquid lash extension on the lower lashes from Thrive. And then here is this exclusive shade to this set. So the one thing that you're not really going to find anywhere else. And it's in the shade B-E-I-J-O-S, Bejos maybe? And it's a pretty shiny coral with a little shimmer. Let's pop this on. I love the texture of these lipsticks. They're like a fusion of lipstick and lip gloss. I feel like the tropical scent that comes through in these is so appropriate to this. You know, you might sometimes feel a little funny about my eyeshadow scented or what, but the lip product being this scent, I love it. So you're getting that absolutely instant gloss-like shine. Feels so nice on the lips. I really, really like that. I've got several shades from this line that I've enjoyed. The Pinkini shade, Brazilian Nut, really like the one in Casey's collection. And I think this was necessary to really brighten up the face because look what I'm gonna be tempted to do now. Go back and add a little more blush. We'll see if we can maybe just build that a little more just because I want a little more color in my skin. And this Natural Glow shade, you know, it gives me kind of a golden glow as I build it, but I just can't get a ton of color. I'm getting a little more color right now, but that is what you get here in this set. Also, the fragrance, same size as what usually comes in any sort of little combo kit they're putting together. But again, positives here I think is the mini size because it's great to be able to try something and not spend quite as much. The sampler opportunity I think is really nice, and I love that they're in little compacts that can lift out, and you have the convenience of taking them wherever you want and only taking out a couple if you need it. Love that there's a full-size lip product in here too. But the big time con would be that this is a product, this butter bronzer, also the blushes, also the highlight, you know, this is a thing that comes out in multiple shades. Why didn't they take advantage of their really nice shade selection they've developed and pop this whole kit out in maybe 1 or 2 shades darker than this? I think that would be really great, especially considering that my skin tone is overall in the light family, and even I feel like these shades are a little bit just too light. They are showing, but they're showing on the subtle end of my spectrum, you know, as far as my taste in makeup goes. So just my opinion, if you see this out and you're kind of curious about how the whole look comes together, this is the kind of thing you get. My favorite parts of the kit would have to be the lip color and also the highlighter. And why don't we just take the hair down? Let's get a real feel for this look. I have only seen this at Walmart. When I did see it, it seemed like a completely brand new display, like I might have been the first person who touched it. So let me know your take on this kit if you've already tried it, or just what your thoughts are on this configuration of products. I'd love to hear, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.